What's going on, you guys? Shiraz Ahmed here, and in today's video we're going to be talking about what to do as a Canadian citizen if you want to live and work in the United States. Now this is part 2 of my video series, and in the last one we covered more of the financial topics. So today we'll be talking more on the non-financial aspects of moving to the US. Now these are things like the immigration process and visas and how you can go about legally working and living in the United States. So stay tuned. Alright, welcome back. So today we're going to be talking about how you can go about working in the United States, what the process is to get a visa or a green card as a Canadian citizen. Now, if you're in Canada on a permanent residency status or a PR card, this information is unfortunately not going to apply to you. Generally, most Canadians can travel into the US for up to 6 months if they have no intention to stay permanently in the country. Now, since we're looking for something a bit more permanent, we'll need to get a visa of some kind first. And you're going to want to make sure that you do this before you try to enter into the United States. I can't stress that enough. Otherwise, you could risk being turned away at the border. So there are a few general categories that you can apply under. Now, if you're a student, please make sure you check out my other video about studying in the United States, as I covered visa requirements and the application process. You can see that video by clicking up here. Now, if you have immediate family members in the US who are citizens or green card holders, you can apply for your green card through them. Now, if you have a spouse or a fiance who is a US citizen or green card holder, they're your best route to permanently living in the United States. Also, if you have deep pockets or you're looking to open up a business in the US, the investor visa could be the route for you to take. Now, if none of these apply, then you'll likely want to start applying for a work visa and then try to obtain a green card or citizenship a little bit further down the road. Okay, so now let's look at a little bit more detail on some of the categories that you can apply under. Now, if you've ever watched the show 90 Day Fiancé, you're probably familiar with the K-1 visa. Now, this visa you'll want to apply for if you're engaged to a US citizen. You'll be allowed into the United States, but you must marry them within 90 days. Now, if you don't, you'll get sent back to the country of origin. And green card holders cannot bring over a fiance, they can apply to bring over their spouse. Now, if you're married to a US citizen already, you can actually apply under the K-3 visa. This will allow you into the US right away while waiting for the green card to get processed. The marriage green card process takes just as long though, so there may be no point in applying for the visa first. The marriage green card can be done whether you're married to a citizen or a permanent resident, such as a green card holder in the US. The process is a little different depending on what the spouse's status in the US, from the country you might be applying from, and whether they're currently living in the US or abroad. Generally though, this is one of the quickest ways and has some of the shortest wait times of any of them. Now, if you have family who is a US citizen already, you can potentially apply through them. Immediate family members have no wait to get a green card, and this would include spouses as mentioned above, but also as well as unmarried children under 21, parents, orphans, or adopted from abroad. Now, if you don't fit into one of these categories, you can still get in, but you'll likely have to wait. Now, if you don't fall into one of those categories, you'll fall into one of the following family preference categories, which are listed in order of priority. The lower down the list, the longer you'll have to wait, unfortunately. And if you're coming from India, the Philippines, or China, you may have to wait even longer than normal. The first one is F1 priority. Unmarried adult children over the age of 21 of US citizens. The next one is an F2A priority. This is for spouses and minor children under 21 of US green card holders. F2B priority is for unmarried adult children of a green card holder. The F3 is for married children of any age of US citizens. And F4 is for brothers and sisters of US citizens. The further down the list you go, the longer you'll likely end up waiting. In some extreme cases, the expected future wait for green card can be over 100 years, which is ridiculous. So of course, this goes without saying, the sooner that you can apply, the better, as the cases will be processed based on when they are received. Now, if you don't have family in the US, but you do have money, you can actually look into opening a business in the US or could apply through their foreign investor program. Under this program, you can also bring your family and labor certifications are waived. Now, this program is experiencing a bit of an influx right now as the statutory authorization for this program ended on June 30th, 2021. And Congress has not yet enacted a new legislation authorizing this program. With that said, to qualify under this program, you'd have to make an investment of about 1.8 million US dollars in a new commercial enterprise that employs at least 10 full-time US workers, or at least 900,000 in a targeted employment area, also employing at least 10 full-time US workers. Now, if you don't qualify under any of the previous mentioned avenues, you can always apply for a work visa. There is an entire slew of options here as well, and there's almost too many for me to go into detail in one single video. However, I will cover some of the most common ones. Now, the H-1B visa is for people with a specified profession or a field in which you have a degree or equivalent work experience. You'll need to have an offer from a US-based company, proof of your education or work experience, and your employer will also have to demonstrate that they have a lack of qualified applicants in the US for that role. These visas have a residency cap of about 3 years. Now, if you have the right set of skills, you can apply for one of the 140,000 employment-based green cards each year. Most of these visas will require an offer from an employer that has proper certifications from the US Department of Labor, verifying that there's a lack of such workers in the US, and that this hiring does not take away jobs from a US citizen. Similar to the family visas, there is a pecking order here as well. The investor visa above actually fits into this category, but obviously this is quite different in its requirements. The EB-1 visa covers those with extraordinary abilities, such as business professionals, scientists, artists, athletes. Labor certification is not required under this class. Now, the EB-2 visa is available for those holding advanced degrees or 10 plus years of experience in their field. This will have to be proven unless their employment consideration is of national interest in the United States. The EB-3 visa is available to those who have a bachelor's degree, as well as skilled or unskilled laborers who have non-temporary offer of employment from a US employer. Again, you'll have to prove your training or work history. The EB-4 visa is a specialized category which can include certain religious workers, employees of US foreign service posts, retired employees of international organizations, and non-citizen minors who are the wards of the court in the United States. No labor certification is required for this visa type. Only some family members may be eligible for admission. With you in this case, all other examples I've mentioned above, you can bring all of your family with you. Now, are you confused yet? This actually can be quite a daunting process to figure out. And there can be a lot of paperwork and deadlines that you need to keep track of. You may be better off hiring an immigration lawyer or an immigration consultant to help you out, especially if you're not a detailed-oriented person. A single mistake can ruin your entire application. So I hope this gives you a starting point to look at if you're considering living and working in the United States. This information is current now, but can change at any point in time. So please make sure that you do your due diligence. And if you're ever in doubt, please make sure that you reach out to a qualified immigration lawyer or an immigration consultant that could save you an absolutely huge headache. And of course, if you appreciate the content that I've been creating, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button, as it really does help out the channel. I'll also put my contact information at the end of this video. Please feel free to reach out to me if you have any individual questions about your own situation, or if you just have ideas on topics or want to drop me a comment. Thank you again for taking the time, and stay safe out there, you guys. Bye for now.